Section 3.1, Problem 74. Now, in this problem, we are given a generic function, y is equal to c times square root x, where c is some constant yet to be determined. And the question is, for what value of c is this function y equal to c times square root of x tangent to the line y equals 3/2 x plus 6. So perhaps the best thing to do, once again, is to draw a picture. Have our x and our y-axis. We can represent the line 3/2 x plus 6 with something like the following, where this point is 6. And so for different values of c times square root x might look something like this, or it might look something like this. The key here is we want c times square root x to be tangent to the line 3/2 x plus 6. So in particular, there's going to be a special one that is just barely tangent to it. Now, what happens with all of these other ones? Or in particular, what is so special about the one that we drew in blue? Well, if you were to extend this line further, all of the other solutions would either intersect the line twice, like the example that I've just drawn, or they would intersect the line no times, like this example. This has no intersections. So the blue one is the unique one where this function, c times square root of x, intersects the line 3/2 x plus 6 exactly once. So let's see if we can solve it algebraically then. So we set c times square root x to be equal to 3/2 x plus 6. Now, we're going to let t equal square root x. And we're going to rewrite this equation in terms of t. So now it's going to be ct is equal to 3/2 and then t squared plus 6. We write t squared here because t squared, after all, is just square root x squared, which is x. And so now our problem is to solve for t. So moving all the terms to one side, we have 3/2 t squared minus ct plus 6. This is a quadratic equation, which means in general it has two solutions. But remember, there's a special case when there's only one solution. And that's when the discriminant, that portion of the quadratic formula under the square root, is equal to 0. Now, if you recall, that portion under the square root is what? It's the coefficient of the t term squared, so it's going to be negative c squared, minus 4 times the constant times the coefficient of t squared, which in our case is 3/2. This has to equal 0 for there to be only one solution. So let's solve this. So this becomes c squared minus 24 times 3 over 2 is equal to 0. Or equivalently, c squared is equal to 36. So that means c is either equal to plus or minus 6. Now clearly, looking at this picture, c cannot be negative 6, because if that were the case, it would go down here. So that means c must equal positive 6. So c is equal to positive 6.